Hello, my creative friends. I hope you are having a wonderful day wherever you are in the world. My name is Jackie Lopez, and I'm here to help you learn how to print your own images on tissue paper at home. Here's what you'll need: a computer, a laptop, a desktop, an iPad. If that's all you have, your phone is not going to cut it here. A printer, any printer will do. I have an old inkjet printer, works just fine. You'll need a sheet of copy paper, and you will need a sheet of tissue paper. I get mine at the Dollar Tree, and I don't find it matters what side you print on. So once you have gathered those things, let's jump in. Once you're at your computer, you're going to need a design program. You can use Microsoft Word. You can use an actual graphics or photo program like Inkscape, like Photoshop, like Affinity Designer. That one's my favorite because it's a one-time lifetime subscription. You pay once, you never pay again, and you get access. There's a bit of a learning curve on all of them with all things in life that we're learning, but you can easily Google your way through, and I'm going to walk you through it right here. So this is going to be pretty easy. So I'm going to go ahead and share my screen, and I'm going to bring up Affinity Designer, which is what I have here. When I first open the program, you will see that it asks me if I want a new document. Yes, I do. And I want it to be 8.5 by 11, a sheet of copy paper size. The DPI is going to set automatically, which is just the crispness of the document, and we're going to hit create. My canvas is automatically set to be transparent, but since most printers don't print white ink, it doesn't matter if yours isn't. So I have here my blank canvas, which we are going to fill with images to then print at home on our tissue paper. So I'm working with a friend, Pam, today. She sent me some images, so I am going to just start filling this page with her images to size. But before I do that, I want to show you a little quick tip. Number one, no matter what kind of project you are working on, whether you're decoupaging shells or wood or using these images for tumblers, you're going to want a rough idea of your canvas size, of your project size. So Pam is working with shells, and she mentioned to me that some of them are like 4 by 2-ish. So I'm going to just create an oval here, as you see, in the rough shape of her projects, just so that I can get an idea to be sure that the images that I'm printing here are going to fit. I would always suggest printing this out on regular copy paper first, cutting out the images and just like making sure. But take a ruler to your project and you will thank me later. This is a measure twice, cut once kind of vibe. So I am also going to just duplicate this, and I'm going to change the shape a bit into more of a circle in case Pam is also working with things like scallops or clams. So I'm just going to have these here kind of rough in the background for now, and I'm going to start adding the images that Pam has asked for. So Pam sent me a couple of images, and so we'll just start kind of plopping them on here. You'll notice that some of your images are better oriented for different size projects. So this peacock is going to be better on an oval. I have to drag it out manually. Than it will on a circle, right? Just because of her rough shape. You can see the peacock can be even bigger if this is the size of Pam's shell. And once we have the size we like, we're just going to kind of tuck it off into the corner, leave a smidge around each edge. Pam also asked for a Highland cow. She didn't send me that image, but she asked if I had one. And you know what? I don't have one offhand, but I know where to get one. I want to show you my absolute favorite resource for images, SVGs, fonts, like anything and everything you could ever want. Literally 12 million assets here that you have access to. It's a yearly fee. I think it's $49 for the year, but you get so much. The best thing you get is commercial rights to use, print, and sell any of the images. Now, you can't sell the images directly, but you can use the images on finished products and sell them. So this is a great resource because you never have to wonder if you have the rights. You never have to worry about violating someone's trademark or copyright. You have the rights to use all of these as much as you want. So these are just the ones on my homepage. There's also free files every single day. So if you don't want to subscribe, you can pop in for the freebies. Creativefabrica.com and go ahead and grab yourself the free stuff. I will put my referral link in the comments. If you do join, I will get some affiliate commission. So thank you for that. But really, I'm sharing this because I absolutely love it. So let's pop in here that Pam is looking for a Highland cow. So let's see what we come up with. Hint, it's going to be all the good stuff. You will see it's populating. The more specific you get, Halloween cow, Halloween, a Highland cow, Halloween, I would have gotten more of this and less of, maybe this one. But you can see there's so many different options here to choose from. And the more you refine, the better your search results will be. If you're not finding results for your search, change your words up. So I could just go and grab one of these adorable little Highland cows. I've already done this because it's not my first take on this video. But all you would have to do is hit the download button. It will download to your downloads. You'll extract the zip file to get your files, and then you're free to add them onto your canvas. So we'll get back to that in a second, but I just want to show you full commercial license. And if you click this, it'll show you all the details. So when I go back here to my canvas, after getting all of my amazing images from Creative Fabrica, by the way, Highland cows are just the start of it. If you wanted a watercolor mermaid, you could do that. If you wanted an invitation for your kid or grandkid's first birthday party, you could do that. You could find everything from fonts to SVG files, EPS files if you do embroidery work, templates, business card templates, logo templates, like all the things. So if I go here, I found this great, adorable little holiday Highland cow image. You're going to notice super crisp, super clear on the graphics. Also, this one's probably better oriented as a circle rather than an oval. So I am going to kind of set this one up here. And then we're going to put him off to the side. Now, let's say someone special in your life is celebrating something and you want to make them a custom piece, a custom project. I am going to say, what about maybe Nicole and Tom are getting married this weekend? So we'll find a pretty font. Again, if you need a pretty font, you can just pop over to Creative Fabrica and download yourself one. And let's also put the date. So maybe they're getting married this weekend. Bless them. And maybe we could even add some nice rings or a flower. I'm not going to take up all of your time to do that here today, but you get the idea. This is just like a fun, quick demonstration to see how easy it really can be to create your own custom projects. This does not have to be super overwhelming. So I'm going to just highlight and select all here and then group Control G or group from your edit panel. And you can see this one actually would be really wonderfully oriented for, say, an oyster shell, because you could size it up beautifully. Again, you could have maybe the double rings here or some like champagne flutes, something lovely. You could even put some like gold glitter or the crushed glass around it, maybe paint the base of the shell a pretty metallic, and we can use this on our sheet. Maybe somebody asked you to make 25 of them for a baby shower. You could do that. And because printers don't print in white, any white that you see is going to disappear in your background. So keep that in mind here. And again, we'll show you a little bit more of that in a second. So once I have my image the way that I want it, we will be ready to print. So here's an already completed sheet that I did for Pam. I added her images in, sized hopefully correctly. We'll find out. And I wanted to give her some nice variation as well. But depending on the program you use from here, you just need to convert this to a PDF file. Is this necessary? I guess not. I like to do it because you're making sure you're preserving all of your colors as best as possible so that you get the actual color on your screen when you print it out. So I have to go ahead and export the PDF. If you're in Word, it's just a save as. And once you do that, it will automatically open in Adobe. Like this. So now we're ready to print. But first, let's prepare our sheet. So you have two options here. The first option is you can take your tissue paper and cut it larger than your 8.5 by 11 sheet. The second option is to cut it smaller than the 8.5 by 11 sheet. I go the larger route because I find it easier when orienting my document, my canvas, to be sure that I'm actually printing within the space of the tissue paper. If you're bold, you can do either way. So what you want to do is you want to take your sheet of copy paper and your sheet of tissue paper, and you want to align it so that a little bit overlap on each side. And then you are going to, as taut and tight as possible, smooth out the sheet and fold it over each side, taping and securing it on the back. Here's what the back looks like. Okay, see, I have folded it over as tightly and tautly as possible, and I've secured it with clear tape, Scotch tape, regular tape. Then I load it into my printer tray like a sheet of paper. I go to my print menu, file to print. I like to print on the best quality. So if I go to my printer properties, you open up the map here, see it's set to normal. I like to go best. But if you find in your machine that printing on best quality is giving you smudging, go back down to normal. The difference will probably be negligible. So here's the finished product for Pam. You can see I squeezed all her images onto this sheet of paper. I'm going to send it to her like this so it has some stability. But for you, for yourself at home, you're just going to flip it over and just slit the tape marks. That's all. Just take a knife or a blade and just slit the tape right off the paper, and you will literally unfold it off the sheet the same way that you put it on. From there, you will be free to use your images. One little step in between that I want to mention. Before I send this off to Pam and before she uses this to decoupage, I am going to seal it with clear spray paint, clear varnish, clear triple thick. Any kind of clear spray sealant, Flex Seal works as well. Any kind of clear spray sealant so that when Pam gets this wet on her project with glue, the ink doesn't run. Okay? Don't use hairspray. Hairspray is not a sealant, by the way. So any clear sealant on the sheet, I'm going to spray it one, just a light coat, let it dry. I'm going to rinse and repeat 2 or 3 times just so that she gets a good clean seal and she can go ahead and use the document. Now, this has a couple of smudges, which is not ideal. It does have a couple of wrinkles, which also is not ideal, but the cost to print this is pennies. I can get at least 2 sheets of this off of 1 sheet of tissue paper, and tissue paper is 35 sheets for $1.25 at the Dollar Tree. So a very economical way, much cheaper than say using water slide paper, which also absolutely has to be sealed or you will just see the ink float right off the page when you put it in water. Many ways to do this: vellum paper, rice paper, tissue paper, water slide paper. But now you see this is pretty easy. You can go ahead and do this yourself at home. If the graphics part is intimidating to you, sign up to a subscription like Creative Fabrica. Use my referral link so I got a few bucks for it as a thank you. And the sky is the limit in terms of the opportunities for you to find graphics that are on brand, on theme for the project that you wish to create. I hope this has helped. Feel free to drop any questions that you might have in the comments, and I surely will answer them. And enjoy. Happy crafting.